Hello my dear friends and welcome to StudyIQ. I'm Joycey Joy and today in this lecture we will discuss about the changing migration trends in the state of Kerala. If we look at the economic history of Kerala, the government of Kerala or the state government and the Kerala development story had been largely funded by the remittances from Gulf countries, and this was because of the excess of migration of the population or the residents of Kerala migrating to Gulf countries and to other countries in search of means of livelihood. Now, in the recent 4-5 years, the trends in the migration from the state of Kerala has been reversing or changing. So, we will understand what are the changing trends in the migration story of Kerala in the recent past. But before we begin, this is our channel StudyIQ and we are providing pen drive courses for various competitive examinations including SSC bank courses, UPSC optionals, SSC JE courses, teaching examination, railway examinations, defense examination, RBI grade B, NABARD grade A, UGC NET, UPSC Civil Services Examination, CLAT exams for various state PSCs and also for various professional courses. You can visit our website www.studyiq.com for more details, or you can call to any of these numbers for more information. Now let us look into a brief history of migration of Kerala. Nearly a quarter of the households in Kerala have a migrant. That means around 1/4 of the households in Kerala has one migrant from their family in other countries, and 90% of the migrants from the state are in the Gulf countries or in the Middle East. Now, a specific feature of Kerala's migration is that the Kerala's outward migration, that is the migration of the residents of Kerala to other countries, has been coexisted with inward migration of labor from other parts of the country itself. So, there are huge number of people from Kerala working in other countries of the world, but there are also residents from other states in the country who work or who reside in Kerala or who have migrated to Kerala. So the outward migration had coexisted with inward migration of labor from northern parts of India and the eastern parts of India. Nearly there are 2.5 million migrants in Kerala from other parts of the country like West Bengal, Odisha, UP, Bihar and northeastern states. And most of these people are engaged in low-paying jobs or blue-collar jobs. So this is the brief history of migration in Kerala. Now, if we look at the recent changes in the state of Kerala with regard to its inward migration and outward migration, we will see that the overall migration from the state has been slowing and it's showing a negative trend in the last 5 years. That is, outward migration is showing a negative trend in the recent years. And in the past decade, that is in the last 10 years, the number of people migrating to the Gulf countries has fallen. In the year 2008, there were 1.94 million people from Kerala who migrated to Gulf countries, but in 2018, it has fallen to 1.89 million. But the reverse has happened with case of inward migration. That is, the number of reverse migrants or inward migrants have gone up in the same period. So in the last 1 decade, the outward migration rates from Kerala has come down, whereas the inward migration rates have increased. Now let us also understand what are the factors that impact or that force reverse migration of Keralites from the Gulf region. The first reason is the economic slowdown in the Gulf countries. So following the economic slowdown in the Gulf countries, it results into a situation where there is lack of employment generation and lack of or decrease in the output or production in Gulf countries. So this has largely contributed towards a reverse in migration rates from Gulf countries to Kerala. Now, the second factor is that the state policies are favoring the replacement of migrants with that of local labor. That means in the Gulf countries, the government is also favoring the replacement of the migrants with local labor in order to provide employment to their citizens. Now, the third factor is the influx of workers from other countries like Africa and Philippines. So, these are all some of the reasons why there is lesser opportunity for Indians, especially those who are working in the blue collar jobs in the Gulf countries. So this has largely caused into a reverse trend in migration. That means those Keralites who are working in Gulf countries are coming down to the home state that is Kerala. So these are some of the factors. The 2008 prolonged economic slowdown has largely influenced the production and output in the Gulf countries. And again, cheap labor is available from other countries of Africa and Philippines. That has also contributed towards lesser demand for migrant workers from Kerala. So now the Kerala labor has become non-competitive in both the Gulf countries and also within the Kerala, because now cheap labor is available from other states in Kerala. So in Kerala also they have lesser demand, and in Gulf countries also they have lesser demand. And also along with all these factors, the demographic changes, especially the population reduction in the migration prone age group, has also affected the migration scenario. So with all these, the remittances to the state of Kerala would be badly affected. Now over a long period, the high remittances from Gulf countries to the state of Kerala has facilitated a welfare society in Kerala. Now this would be impacted to a larger extent. Now we will understand what are the implications of this reverse trend in migration. So this reverse trend in migration in the state of Kerala has significant implications on both the society and economy of Kerala. It will impact the spending patterns of the households in Kerala. So therefore the Kerala service economy would be affected. So the spending patterns or the consumption rates in the state of Kerala was very high. Now with reverse trend in migration, there would be lesser income for the households. So this will impact the aggregate demand of the households in the Kerala economy. So this will have an impact on the service economy. Kerala state is highly dependent on services sector for its growth and development. So the services economy would be impacted with lesser consumption and lesser aggregate demand in the economy. Now coming to remittances, we have seen that the Kerala's developmental story was largely backed up by remittances from foreign countries of those residents of Kerala or those households of Kerala working in other countries of the world. Now the remittances will also be impacted. Now in the short run, the remittances would not be much impacted because there is a rising dollar rupee exchange rate. Now the exchange rate has increased, therefore in the short run this may not be impacted, but when a situation comes where the exchange rates falls, this will definitely impact the remittances of the state. Another issue would be to find employment or create employment for all those migrants who are returning back to their home state of Kerala. We have seen that most of the migrants from Kerala in the Gulf countries, they were engaged in blue collar jobs, and they were hugely or comparatively or relatively highly paid in the Gulf countries. Now when they come back to Kerala, their own home state, their major issue would be competition from migrants in Kerala, like the migrants from West Bengal, eastern parts, the northern parts of India. These migrants who are engaged in the blue collar jobs in the Kerala economy right now, they are paid relatively lesser than the local workers. So those migrants who come back to Kerala from Gulf countries in search of livelihood and job, they would find it very difficult to compete with these inward migrants. So these trends can also impact the consumption and retail trade in the state of Kerala. Now let us also understand what measures has the state government of Kerala taken in order to tackle this situation. So the state government realizes the implications of this reverse trend, and it is introducing various policies in order to balance the reverse migration impact. Recently, in the state government's budget, a new pension scheme was introduced. So, for the expatriates, various schemes were introduced in the recent budget. It includes a pension scheme, a saving scheme, and also a loan scheme. And the government has also introduced various schemes wherein which loans and technical advice would be provided to the migrants who are returning back to Kerala. So, with this loans, they can find capital in order to start a new business, and the government also helps in providing technical advice to start new business in order to find employment, in order to find a new means of livelihood for the migrants who are returning back to the local economy. Now, it is in the early stage that the reverse trend of migration is happening. So it will take some time for us to identify whether the schemes that are introduced by the Kerala government works efficiently, or whether these steps are enough, or what more has to be done. So we have to see what would be the trends in the coming future. You can find the PDF of this lecture on my Facebook page, and for more updates of my video lectures you can follow my Facebook page and also write to me at joyce.studyiq@gmail.com. Thank you.